Hello, beautiful Aries. Happy New Year to you. I hope you all guys you had a wonderful holiday season and a good break. And welcome to my channel, Rose Healing Light. My name is Iwona Rose, and today and now, so this will be a reading with spiritual guidance for the sign of Aries for January 2023. You can listen to this for your sun sign, moon sign, and your rising sign, also for your Venus, yeah, and for any other placements that you have where you have Aries in your chart. Yeah, and I also, as previously, I also work with the angels and archangels when I do the readings. So I've already asked Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael to stay with us, to send us blessings and some protection for the reading, so that we can have a great experience. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually also going to pull at the end. I'm going also to pull two cards, just as a, let's say, as a theme or as a starter up for the whole 2023. For you guys, right? Just like a short, small reading. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already prepared all the cards, and let's start with a theme. So first of all, with a card that represents a theme for January for you guys. We've got milk and honey. So straight away, that's about prosperity and abundance. But I also feel that it's also a lot about you nourishing yourself, so nourishment and your own nurturance, and making sure that your needs are satisfied. Yeah, and I think with this card, to be honest, it gave me the feeling that you guys are starting the year in a on a positive note. Perhaps you are in a positive mood. Yeah, but just to make sure. But for January, I think the message is to make sure that you guys take care of yourself, that you nourish yourself, and you remember about your own self-nourishment. It may relate, you do have some cards that represent, that talk about finances, so you may be dealing with some financial issues, also with maybe career changes and career aspects, but make sure, I would suggest that this is also a positive sign for abundance and prosperity, but I would suggest that you need to take care of it, and you need to make sure that you put your needs first, and you remember to nourish yourself always, right? Before you, let's say, before you do any other work, or I don't know, before, for example, like before you kind of go and overwork yourself, for example. Anyway, just nourishment and nurturance important for January. All right, let's start with your king. So this is the present moment and the center of the spread. So I've got three tarot cards for you guys. Is King of Michael, and he comes actually with the Magician, with a card. Okay, let me just, yeah, you can feel this card is called Magician and the Mirror. And King of Michael, so the way this comes, it's either a present situation, but it's also a center of your reading, right? So obviously it may show up at any point in time in January. And it feels like this is a person, probably a male, whom you can receive help from. So he's a professional. So the way this comes, it could also be, it comes definitely as a first thing as a professional help. So it could be like a lawyer. It could be anyone who can help. It could be a financial advisor, right? So anyone who basically works or serves in a like a professional capacity, if you need that in the month of January, and with whatever you will be dealing with. And yeah, we'll talk which I'm going to talk about in a moment. There is some indication that you may be dealing with some financial issues, perhaps, or some financial aspects, maybe some planning. Maybe you want to put in some investments. I feel like this also can be a very good friend of yours, or someone, and it's probably this person, and so the King of Michael, again, it's most likely a male, or it can be a female, but with let's say with a very masculine side of her. And it's usually it feels like a bit of an older, or at least more mature person, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be old, but someone who is more mature, maybe middle age. And they will definitely be there to help you grow. This is what I'm hearing, actually, to help you grow also with whatever. So this also can be help also to do with your career. And I will tell you, just because the other cards are coming something like a lot to do with, let's say, finances, money, and also the career. So it feels like there may be some help that you need, maybe with the new career path, right? Or maybe with some direction as well. And with the Magician card, so this is the clarifier card. I actually feel like that this Magician card does talk about that this person is going to help you. So you are obviously the magician to help you manifest something in your life. They can help you with the process as well, right? So anything, I don't know, anything that you need during the process of manifestation, whatever you set out to do or to be. Yeah, so it kind of, I feel like the magician is just a reminder that this is, you are the magician as well. Like, let me just show you on this side. Apologies for the lighting a bit. Kind of, yeah, the feeling is that you are the magician, so you've got all the tools as well and all the resources, and you can definitely manifest whatever you want, perhaps not only in January, but probably in the sometime in 2023, right? But this person, I don't know why he didn't want to come up reversed. This person will be there to help you along the way, right? Yeah, so but you are the magician, guys, so you've got the power and you've got the tools, I would say, and the resources, and even the skills to accomplish or to do whatever you want to do, and you set out. This is how it comes to set out for yourself to do, right, in the new year. From the, maybe this actually comes, so it in your past position, you've got a page of Gabriel, which came actually with the card, with a woman holding a coin card. And in this aspect, it seems like you've already actually started working towards something. So page of Gabriel, it seems like something that brings you a lot of enthusiasm, something that you perhaps feel excited about. So it could be, and it does feel like it could be definitely like a new career path or a new career endeavor. This is how it comes to me. Anything, so you know, guys, so it's anything, either looking for a new job or maybe just changing a totally a direction in your career, or maybe starting a new business, or maybe changing something up in your business. But it does feel like that it's actually it's quite exciting. So it's exciting for you. You've already started that in the past. And you have a passion and you have a drive for it, right? So I would say just definitely go ahead. I mean, go ahead and continue and do it, because it seems like it's going to serve you, right? Also, another aspect, curiosity is coming up with that card. So perhaps stay curious and open-minded to continue to learn, right? And why am I talking? So obviously because we've got a woman holding a coin, and that's why I've just suggested that the way I felt about this card is that you've already started something, or maybe you started to plan towards, or maybe you put out some intentions already, right, towards maybe manifestation of something material, as she's holding a coin. It could be something, also it could relate to your finances, right? So maybe you want to, I don't know, manifest a better income, a higher income. Maybe, I don't know, you want to manifest, maybe you want to put some money aside or invest into something. So there is probably an indication, and sometimes even with the page of Gabriel, so this is like a page of wands card, it does feel like something is long term, so you've already started to work on it. You've got some goals set, right? And then and in this month, I guess you'll be taking action to continue, or to start manifesting, or to continue to manifest whatever you wish. And yeah, that's just a confirmation that that's obviously, that's something, it's either a career change, as I already said, and it probably is related to your finances and your money. As a future card, we actually have 5 of Ariel with and this comes with a man holding a coin. And I would suggest, so the 5 of Ariel, while I think you have a very positive start to the year, obviously you do have this friend or a professional helping you a lot, right? You are the magician, as we've said. Let me show you the cards. You are also the magician, and you've got the power, you've got all you need to do it. I would say this 5 of Ariel is a little bit like it, so it's towards the future, but I feel like it can come up either sometime during January, or maybe you already know it, maybe you've worked on this in the past. So obviously this is kind of a card of luck, right? A card of not having enough, right? Or a card of even I feel like maybe of some losses. Maybe you have maybe you kind of incurred some losses in the past. So it is so obviously it's kind of like not, it's like the scarcity, let's say, consciousness, right? But I feel like this card, even though like I feel it's a bit of a like sad, it's like a sad, it's like a sad, a little bit like sorrowful energy. But the way I'm reading and I'm feeling it, that you guys, most of you, because obviously you are on the manifestation path, right? You know, I feel like you've set your goals, you know where you want to go. This will be, so something is going to come up to show you perhaps where you still need to do some, perhaps like an inner, more like inner work, shadow work, right? So something, yeah, so it's like a pattern from the past, or something that comes up to show you where you still need to do your inner work, right? Or maybe more healing work. Maybe you need to pay attention to what your beliefs are, right, about abundance, right? So that's a bit of, so remember that the manifestation process is not only about setting the goal and just going for it, it's also about clearing the old, right? So we all need to kind of clear our issues. We need to sort out very often, and very often when we set out for the new, right, even like with a new business, new career, we kind of usually, let's say, experience challenges, right, or obstacles, but they only come up. So I would say don't be like, don't worry about them, or don't be scared of these obstacles, because they only come up to kind of to show you what is it that you need to do to perhaps clear out the old, right, or clear out the old patterns, right, or maybe old type of thinking about abundance, right, and how it used to be perhaps at home, how you were brought up. What did, let's say, your parents used to say, for example, I don't know, about how much money we have and how much we can spend and how much we can earn and so on and so forth, right? So a little bit of like, I would say, working with limiting beliefs, right, or limiting thought patterns, if that makes sense. And I feel like for most of you, you guys know. So just a reminder. And it does come up, but this come with a, and this come, okay, the way with the man holding a coin. So this lack tendency, sorry guys, the 5 of ARIES, so this lack card, or the scarcity, let's say, consciousness, I feel like it may stem from the past, and it was related to a male in your past. So, and it could be, and I would suggest that this does relate to a male. It could be a father figure or a father, right? It could be perhaps a grandfather. It could also be like an ex, for example, like an ex-love, probably more like an ex-partner or an ex-husband, or someone who was perhaps significant for you, right? And I feel like they kind of brought you some, already in the past, they brought you some kind of a lesson already. I don't think, they don't feel, even though the card is upright, I don't feel they are very positive. But I would say that you are still learning quite a lot about what is it like, how to manifest, and what do you need to clear away in terms of like some scarcity mindset, right? And this person may have contributed to how you are at the moment, right? Or for example, they may have contributed in the past to how you think at the moment, or maybe someone, I don't know, again, if this is an ex-husband, right, maybe I don't know, maybe you lost some money because of him. Anyway, it's obviously individual, right? And it does feel like this, that he contributed to that. But I would suggest that this is all, it's coming up this way just to remind you that if something like this comes up again, it's kind of like also all about also learning the lesson, right? And making sure, I hope most of you, I feel like I'm reading because I'm the one who, like, I'm also a healer in a way. So I would recommend also continue to do with your healing work, or maybe meditation practice. And definitely doing any kind of shadow work, right? So something that can help you clear out these old patterns, and then raise your vibrations, right? Like raise your vibrations, raise your energy, and then perhaps sort out any issues that may come up. All right, guys, this is, and actually with the so in your challenge position, let me just show you, you actually have, so I feel like the challenge is quite positive. It's 7 of ARIES. So this is 7 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. But actually why I feel like it's, even though it's a challenge position, but I think the challenge is also to step back and reevaluate, right? So while you're trying to manifest and you are going to have help from this man, right? Or you are stepping onto, let's say, a new career path, or maybe you want to set up a new business, or maybe you want to change up your business or scale up your business, right? Something like that. It does feel like actually you do want to earn more money, for example, or you want to have a better, bigger abundance in your life, right? So I would suggest that this challenge is, so whatever comes up, I think this card would suggest that just take a step back whenever you need it, right? Or whenever something, let's say, isn't going right. And first of all, I would say reevaluate and try to reassess, but also look at how much, let's say, like how much money and how much time, for example, and how much effort you already have invested into this process, right? Or into this manifestation. So your business, your career, or anything else. that is perhaps material or that you're trying to manifest. Yeah, I think this is just a simple message. Just try to step if challenges come up or anything that is kind of difficult, then try to just take a step back, reevaluate and reassess, and think in terms of how much I have already invested in. And yeah, and do I need to invest, let's say, at the same level, right? The same amount of time or money or my effort? Maybe I need to just tweak things and adjust, and I feel like that there may be some adjustment needed, but this is all up to you guys, right? So just make sure that you take a step back and reevaluate so that you can continue. Yeah, so don't be afraid even to take, let's say, a little bit, like if even a few days, let's say, out of this manifestation process, to make sure that you do your inner work as well. You reevaluate so that you can move forward, or you can, let's say, approach the challenge in a more positive way and maybe from a new perspective, right? You do have so straight away I can tell you, actually, as your outcome card, you do have number 12, which is perspective, which actually is the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. But I do actually, with this card, I do feel that there is a lot also about perspective here in the whole month. So yeah, again, many of you probably have already learned in the past. Hopefully you have done some meditation work, inner work, you have learned some lessons which had already given you, let's say, a perspective on certain things and on certain, let's say, lessons and patterns inside of you, right? And the patterns that manifest. Yeah, so I feel like this is, and that's the outcome card. So obviously somewhere it may also appear that sometimes you may feel like, so it does come up like whenever a challenge comes up or something, you may feel a bit of a block, for example, because I do feel a block inside of me. You may feel like there's a pause or there's a pushback. So I would say that the reason for it, or the purpose, is just so that, again, you can take a pause, take a step back and reevaluate, and then after doing, let's say, some inner work, just try to find a new perspective and approach things, or approach the challenge from a new perspective, right? So that you can resolve it in a, let's say, in a more positive way than in the past. Actually, the fact also, because you also have the environment, and that's an interesting card. So we've already spoken, obviously, that while you're kind of manifesting, you have kind of some help, right? Sorry, and the Five of ARIES, obviously, which is talking about some potential challenges or some like scarcity mindset coming back to you. It could be also as a manifestation, as a problem, right, to be solved. This is just the environment, which is Two of Michael, which is Two of Swords, and it actually also talks about the fact that at sometimes you may feel stuck, or you may feel some blockage. So this is obviously like there's no movement forward. But with all of the cards, and as we've just as I've just been talking about them, right? I would suggest that taking some time out and reevaluating and trying to find a new perspective will definitely help you also to resolve these challenges, right? So obviously at some point in January, maybe it will come up more than once. You may feel, and the block may come up actually from the environment. So I don't know, and maybe, but this guy here, but remember that you've got this King of Michael who is in the present position. So I feel like you already know this person. Yeah, I feel like probably for most of you, who will be helping you. So perhaps ask him also for help, and he can perhaps bring you some positive maybe outlook and maybe positive new solutions, right? Yeah, so again, so that is, and to anything that comes up and kind of makes you feel stuck or blocks something, or yeah, or puts you into some maybe position that you didn't want to be at, right? But you need to, but you would need to kind of simply resolve the challenge. Yeah, so I think that's just as simple as that. And that was one more card, guys. This is just the advice card, which I usually take with your theme. And this is from the Moonology deck. It says, "Know you are loved," right? It's actually new moon in Libra. No, I'm doing this for, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that makes, I'm just trying to think if, yeah, maybe you started that, so it does feel like maybe you started something at around new moon in Libra or in Libra season. So perhaps whatever you're now manifesting, the process may have started in Libra, or Libra may be perhaps also something that is something, maybe it's a significant like point in your chart, for example. So you can just check it, but this is just for maybe some of you. But just coming back to the message which says, know you are loved. I think it's just a reminder also, that's what I've said at the beginning, right? With your theme card, the milk and honey, just making sure that you are provided for, actually, right? So making maybe choices, making sure that you take care of yourself and you nurture, you nourish yourself, and you kind of take care of your needs, right? Always like first in a way, right? So you don't maybe, so perhaps you don't want to maybe give too much money, I don't know, to charity, or maybe you don't want to give. I'm not saying that not to give at all, right? I'm just saying that the focus should be more on you, right? And remembering that you do need to nourish yourself first, even before you give to others, actually, right? Or something like that. So probably that's why this card is just kind of, it's like, I feel like a spirit or the angels are reminding you that remember that you are loved, right? And you have come here, let's say, to the earth, to this lifetime, to continue to manifest with love this time around, right? So just I feel like it's just a positive reminder. All right, and so let me just take one. So we'll just have two cards, just as a brief message for, please can I have a message for Aries? So this will be for you for the year 2023. Up from the depths. Okay. And then we'll have, so you've got one card, but let me just take another card. This one is called Up from the Depths, and it says releasing difficulty. I think I'll tell you, like, straight away, I can tell you that it does feel like perhaps something was a little difficult. So we've been talking about manifesting abundance, right? And feeling nourished and nurtured also in life in general, right? And in this lifetime, this is how it's coming to me. Yeah, so it seems like you are releasing some difficulty from the past, right? And also from past lives, for those who are aware and who maybe have been doing the healing work or inner work, right? Yeah, so obviously whatever was very difficult, and I don't know, maybe for some of you it was in 2022, perhaps maybe it was earlier on, right? It just seems like you are now, right? She has a staircase, and she's going up to this beautiful sun, right, to the light. So it feels like, so you're going up, you're coming out of the difficulty, right? And you definitely, and I feel like there's a lot of positivity in the spread, right? So you're coming up, yeah, towards like a brighter future and much more positive, right? Much more abundant future. Let me just ask. So this is Archangel Michael deck as well. Okay, please can I just have one card? These cards are sometimes jumpy. For Aries for the year 2023. All right, so with this card, with the Up from the Depths, as I said, releasing difficulty, you're rising up. So that's also that's like ascension card, or it's a confirmation. You've got Archangel Michael card which says positive thoughts create positive results. Let me just take it this way. Positive thoughts create positive results. That's actually from Archangel Michael deck, so I wanted specifically him. Archangel Michael sometimes is very clear about what he wants to say. I would say take it as a message, maybe like your positive mantra for the whole of the year, right? And something that whenever you get stuck, maybe write it down, that positive thoughts create positive results, right? It's not, of course, the process and the manifestation is more complex than that, but sometimes when we come back, let's say, to some simple truths, it will help us to move forward. So I feel like this message from Archangel Michael, and you can also ask him for help. So Archangel Michael is inviting you straight away to work with him and ask him for any help that you need. But I feel like positive thoughts create positive results is something for you to remember. And try to remember, like, it seems like it's for the whole year, but of course, guys, it's up to you how you use it. And it's coming obviously with this beautiful card, I think, releasing difficulty up from the depths. And as I said, as the picture, right, depicts, basically, you are rising up. So whatever difficulty you have had, I feel like you've put it already behind you. Maybe you've worked hard also to close some doors, right? But I would say there's nothing to worry about. I would say you're definitely moving. It feels like you're moving out of it, and you're moving forward, and you're moving up. And up, it does mean that, you can have more money, you can have maybe more friends. This is how it's coming. Maybe you will have more time for yourself and more nourishment, or let's say more nourishing, I don't know, friendships, and maybe more nourishing experiences now in the future, right? All right, I think I think this is all I have for you, Aries, today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the video. Please do hit the like button and subscribe if you can. I'll be very, very grateful. And I hope to see you on my future videos. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'm sending you much love. Bye.